Let's move to Bournemouth on the south coast as they face the very much informed Toffees. I think this will be the same result. I think it'll be an away win. I think it'll be a relatively comfortable win for Everton. I think they've got a manager now that realises he has a very good squad to be able to work with, some real talent, young talent as well. Ross Barkley, of course, Romelu Lukaku that's decided to commit his future to the club. And in Idrissa Gana Gueye, it's one of those I told you so. I said in the summer when he signed from Aston Villa for £7 million, Evertonians, you're going to love him. And now everybody is putting it on their websites how much the statistical comparison with N'Golo Kante, which I told you at the end of last season. Bournemouth 1, Everton 2. Let's go to Anfield. Now, this on the face of it, on the back of a very good victory on the Friday night football against Chelsea last week, should be a home banker to 0. Liverpool in very good form, people getting on the score sheet, even the likes of Jordan Henderson will be, lucky really to get into 4 or 5 goals this season. But everybody now is playing their part in this Liverpool side. Very exciting to watch. Like Manchester City, they like to go and press, they like to press high, they like to press often. But I'm reserving judgment on Liverpool as a title outfit until these games are done, dusted. We know they can beat the big teams. They did it last season at the Etihad and demolished Manchester City very, very early on, within 30 minutes of the game. Did very well against Arsenal, a victory, big green tick. Beat Chelsea, big green tick. The maintenance of a title tilt is about the games when you have to re-motivate yourself as a player and look at it and say, oh, well, it's only Hull. Can we put these to the sword today? I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to call it a 3-0 victory for the Red Men. And I'll put Daniel Sturridge on a brace. Let's go to Middlesbrough. To Teesside, good start to the season, fallen off a little bit since then, but they face Spurs, and the Spurs, of course, without Harry Kane, Vincent Janssen may well lead the line, Heung-min Son could do that, but I think that without their talisman, I think that Spurs, it'll be interesting to see, and I'm sure that Spurs fans watching this will say, we've got loads of goal scorers staying. We've got Dele Alli, we've got Eric Lamela, we've got Heung-min Son, we've got Vincent Janssen, who's the top scorer in the Eredivisie. The Eredivisie is completely different to the Premier League, and for every Bergkamp, for every Ruud van Nistelrooy, for every Luis Suarez, there's a Ricky van Wolfswinkel and an Alfonso Alves. I'll leave it to Vincent Janssen and his form to decide which one he goes into. 1-1, I think that Borough and Spurs would take a point now, and that's what I think it will be, 1-1. Let's go up to the Potteries, and just up the road from me, in beautiful God's country of Staffordshire. Stoke City in absolute woeful form in the Premier League. Gubbins against Palace, against Manchester City. It really isn't going well for them at all. And I'm trying to figure out why that is. Mark Hughes changed the player profile from the Tony Pulis, that ironically will be in the opposition bench this weekend, from 4-4-2, pragmatic, to bringing better players into the club. And I thought at the end of last season, there were some real signs that Stoke City could be progressive and really aim and kick on to get into European club competition again. Now it's grinding out results. There's no better game than to play than the Albion against a former manager. In a derby game, I think that West Bromwich Albion will win after a fine victory last week against West Ham United at home. Didn't see that one coming. Didn't see the Albion scoring 4 goals. But when you scored 4 goals, you get on the team bus, you get off and go, hey, look at these lot today. They've been leaking goals for fun. They can't score goals. Let's get the first goal, Saido. Let's get the first goal, Rondon. We're off and running. 1-0 to the Baggies. Boing, boing. Let's go up to Sunderland. What a start to the season. Lots of Sunderland fans saying to me when I did my pre-season predictions, come on, Stan, you've talked down David Moyes. He's a proven manager, and proven and boring is what we need. What's happened since? Where are the results, Mackems? Where are the results? Exactly. I think, like my club, Aston Villa, there's a whole stench around the club that wasn't Martin O'Neill's fault, Steve Bruce's fault. Paolo Di Canio's fault or Dick Advocaat's fault or David Moyes. But it's going to take a massive, gargantuan shift of mentality in the stands, where when they concede a goal, it's like, oh, and then you start to get on players' backs. I've seen it myself at Villa Park. So they're at home. They're against a side that are revitalised with the inclusion of Christian Benteke. I think that Palace would be happy with a point. They're in good form of late. And I certainly think that Sunderland would be happy with a point. So that's why I'm going to give them both. 1-1 draw. Let's go down to South Wales and the beautiful city of Swansea as they face... Is it too early to call them champions-elect, Manchester City? I don't think so. The team to beat, the benchmark with the manager, Pep Guardiola, who really is an exceptional talker of the game. You can see this isn't a guy that's just come along and given a new coaching philosophy. This is a guy that is going to hammer people if necessary. Probably not in public, but certainly, Jose, but certainly in the dressing room. I don't think Swansea are going to get anything this week. I'll get them to open the scoring, and we all get a little bit giddy when we're watching Jeff and Co on Saturday and Sunday. But I think that City will come back with a unreplied hat-trick of goals. 3-1 to the visitors. Welcome to BoyleSports. Join today, place a tenner bet, and you'll get 20 quid in free bets. Come on!